welcome to another episode of Happy Hackers. So we saw this video of somebody doing a backyard rink and it looked really easy, so we figured if we could do it, you can do it. So let us try. This is the one we're going to try right here. What do you think? Looks okay. I mean, we don't have a nice big huge backyard, and we have all patio stone back here, so we're going to try to lay it right on top of the patio stone because it's already flat and even. So what we need, these are the tools we're going to need. So we need some 2x4x8s, and what we're also going to need is a tarp. If you want to hold that up, there. We've got a 24x40 foot tarp because it has to be long enough to go over the edges as well. You can't just have it fit right inside. And with the 2x4s only being 4 inches, it's not very high for the sides. Like if you want to play hockey, you probably want really tall boards, but these will be fine. It'll keep the puck from going out. It's not, you can't run anybody into the boards or anything.
You can always build it up in the snow later.
You can build it up later, yeah. So what else we got? We got the 2x4s, we got the big piece of tarp, and make sure it's white because if you use the blue, it'll reflect. If it's really sunny, it'll actually start to melt the ice a little bit. So the white reflects back. So you want to make sure it's white. This one's actually called a rink tarp, ice rink tarp. So it's exactly what it's for, nice and strong. Okay, we got a drill, some drill bits. We've got some screws. We've screws that are like stainless steel, so good for outside. They're obviously,
they go through the wood nice too.
They go, yeah, they can't be too long because it's only 2-inch wide wood.
Yeah.
And then we have the brackets that are attaching each of them together. So these are just, oh, there they are, little tiny ones. We'll show you them closer when we put them in. And then the screws, and then for the corners, we have 90-degree ones so that we can put the corners in. And that's how we're going to attach the frame. So I think that's everything that we needed. So we're going to start with the framing. First, we'll just have to shovel a little bit to make sure it's nice and smooth. Get rid of all the snow. I'll have to water it tonight, and then we'll come back and check it out tomorrow, and then we'll have to keep doing this. It's going to take a few days to do this, so we'll be back and forth. Sounds good.
We shoveled off an area that would cover a 22 by 32 foot rink. Then we laid out the 2x4s. On the ends we used one 2x4x6 and two 2x4x8s. That gets us to 22 feet. On the sides we used four 2x4x8s to get us to 32 feet. After we did the layout of the frame, we had to move the boards inside so there's a flat surface so we can lay them down on their sides. This way you can put some downward force into it when you're putting in the screws. We are using two small 2-inch mending plates and line them up to secure the two 2x4s together. We did this on all side and end pieces, then sat them back up on their sides so that they could be joined in the corners, and placed the 90-degree brackets in and screw those in place.
One there and one where?
There and there.
Yep, it looks great. We now have all 4 corners squared off and ready to go.
Now that we've finished all the framing and we've leveled it all and it's squared off, we're going to do the tarp later, and we want to show you quickly how to make this Zamboni. So Steph, you want to let everybody know what tools we need for this?
Yeah, so we're going to need a bucket about this size. We'll need our drill with a quick drill bit in it. We have some clips, and we're going to need our towel.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, and then there's some rope somewhere too, right?
Oh, where's our rope?
Some clips.
We need some rope.
Let's pull up. Now I'm just going to show how to just put some of the drills here on the side. Just got the drill bit here. I'm going to go straight into the plastic. Just here. Hey, there we go. There's one. So you can see how that looks. And there's a little tiny hole there. And I'm just going to go along and I'm going to do it all along the bottom. We'll be right back. There's little tiny holes all the way along the bottom. And then I also drilled 2 holes on the sides, and we're going to put the rope inside there. We need the hole bigger. So we're just going to go. Okay, so we went in the one, and then we're just going to go back out through the other hole like that, right? And then tie those together. Now we're going to pull this nice and long. We've got the holes all along the front, and then now we've got to attach the towel. So right now, so if I can drag it along the ice about there, right? What do you think?
6 feet.
Yeah. Go there like this. We've got the towel and little holes underneath. So we're going to fill this with hot water after the ice goes. We won't be doing it right tonight. Because we've got to finish the rest of the stuff. But then we fill it with water, and then we'll we'll run it along the ice, and then later in a few days when we get to that point, we'll show you how it works on the ice. And that's it for our Zamboni. Yay!
Everything's nice and squared off and in place, and we're ready to start tarping.
Okay, so I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Jackie and Ray had to leave. We gotta get this tarp down. This thing's a little bit heavy, so let's carry it around.
We suggest you place the tarp in the middle and unravel it both directions so that it goes outward to the sides. Make sure you lay it very flat because this is the surface of your ice, and push it right up against the edge of the wood so it makes a nice little 90-degree border. You want to remove any snow that's underneath and lay it on top of the tarp to secure the tarp in place. If you don't have enough snow, you can also use these water bags. You fill them with water and then they freeze. We had enough snow, so we didn't need to have those for the outside of the frame. The tarp now looks flat and smooth and secured by snow on the outside, and you're ready to start watering. For our first night of freezing, we put it up about 1.5 inches to 2 inches partway up the 2x4, and then you leave it for the night to freeze. We had temperatures of -15 and no snow through the night, so it froze perfectly. So we're ready for our second watering the next day. Then you'll need to wait again all day till it looks nice and frozen, and we could go in for our final watering this evening. Hold the hose close to the surface so that it doesn't splash from the top and potentially have dents in the ice. And this is how it looks the next morning after 3 layers of freezing, about 1 inch each time and -10 degrees or colder. So let's try to walk on it before we try skates. It's only a few inches thick, but I think it's gonna work. Now let's see if I can do any of those little spins I did when I was younger. Okay, not quite the same, but still a lot of fun. And just enough space for skating with some friends. And then when you're all done having fun, make sure you maintain it with your new DIY Zamboni. Just a little bit of water and the towel to smooth it out, and you're good to go.
So that's the end of our episode for how to build a DIY rink. We hope you really enjoyed it, and if we can do it, you can do it. If we can DIY, you can DIY. If you have any in mind that you want us to try, let us know, and we'll be sure to try them. So subscribe and keep in touch.
Happy skating!
Stay warm.